Hi guys, I'm waiting for you guys to join me. I'm going to be playing with some more Stampin' Up products that will be available September 5th. So while I'm waiting for you guys to join me here, I'm just going to run some things through the Big Shot. Hi, Angela. I said I'm going to run some things through the Big Shot while we're waiting for some people to hop on here. Hope you're having a good day. I imagine a lot of people had a nice day off. Hi, Melanie. We're going to be playing with some new products today. So while I'm waiting for everybody to join us, I am taking the new Blizzard Thinlits die, and I'm going to run it through my Gemini. This is a piece of balmy blue paper, and it is cut to 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to try to get two things out. I'm trying to try to get a background out of it and also try to get these little snowflakes out of it. So let's see how that works out. Angela, I just got home from work. In fact, you can see I have a red sweater on. I wore these bright red pants and a red sweater today, thinking, you know, I want to be nice holiday colors here. And the big boss came in, which we didn't expect him to be in, and he kind of chuckled and said, "Wow, aren't you bright today?" Okay. Hello, Tracy. Now, let's see how well this worked. Looks like it cut all the way through, but I don't want to take the chance of popping everything out. I'm going to run it through one more time here, just to make sure. Hate when you run it through and there's like one stuck on there. Ooh, commercials are always fun. Hello, Jane. I think that cut through a little better. I usually don't have messes with my Gemini. It usually cuts through like butter, but this is kind of an intricate die. So I'm just going to take it over by the trash can so all the tiny little bits can go in the can. Okay, it actually did cut like butter. Watch, let me show you guys. Oh, I should have put adhesive on the back. Then we'd have little adhesive-backed snowflakes. And this is just regular Stampin' Up cardstock. I'm trying to be delicate here. I don't want to rip any of these tiny little snowflakes. I want to keep them. Hello, Lizzie. Thank you, Lizzie. I was at work. I just got home, and I've been thinking about these other Stampin' Up things that were on the desk, and I was like, you know what? I want to play with this Blizzard die. And I was thinking of all the ways to cut it out and play around with it. So I probably should have adhesive back this and then cut it through again, and then we would have had these sticky little snowflakes, but I will just take the time to pull them out here. And they are cut all the way through. The problem is they're kind of puzzle pieced in because these little pieces of the snowflake are so tiny and intricate that they just need to be pushed through and popped out. So once you get behind them, they are coming right out. I'm just trying to make sure I don't force them out and rip anything. This is a pretty sturdy paper. See, I just ripped that one. Ay, ay, ay. I might just give up on this one and cut another one. I like things to go quick when I'm crafting. I don't like picking things out. I hate fussy cutting. I hate doing this kind of stuff. I would rather just cut another one and deal with this one later. And that's probably what I'm going to do here. Anyway. Yes, Angela, that's what I was saying. You get two with what, that's what I was thinking, Tracy, was to put either cut it through glitter, but I was trying to get all these snowflakes out and then put a piece of glitter behind it. And then we would have like this double layer. All right, I'm going to cut this again. We're going to try this again. Take two. See, this is what happens when you're live. You don't have time to get all your kinks out of the way for everybody to see. So I will save that one and take the time to cut it through later. This one, I'm going to put the double adhesive behind it here. So I have some Elizabeth Craft Designs here. This is pretty thick. Yes, I'm doing it again. Angela, you're right. I'm going to get the metal shim out. I hate that metal shim. It cuts me. It's mean. I'm putting the adhesive on. And I will get the metal shim, and I am trying to, I don't know, let's see. Maybe I'll just cut the excess off. There, we'll just do that, and we'll just cut the excess, and we'll reuse it later. So did you guys have some fun family barbecues today? I went to work, but it was a pretty busy day, but it wasn't like too hectic. And normally I work till 8 o'clock on Mondays, so it was nice to be able to get out a little early. I got out at 4. Lizzie, I want you guys to see my boo-boos so you don't make the same boo-boos. And I am too lazy to edit. Because when real life happens, it doesn't just happen to me. It happens to everybody. All right, so we're going to try this again. We have the adhesive on the back. I'm just going to burnish that down real quick. My bone folder to make sure we have it nice and stuck on there. And you can use Stick It, anything you have. Tracy, but then you get to look at all the accomplishments that you have when you look at that room. It's just going to look amazing. Yes, Susan, I am just about an hour outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, I'm trying to keep this so that we have some sort of a border. And actually, I'm going to flip this. And let me find my metal shim here. I don't even know where it's at. I have the extra plates here. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. These are my extra plates in here. So here's one, but where's, oh, there it is. I put it away so that it wouldn't cut me again. I got a paper cut from it, and that was the end of it. Southern California. It's hot out here today. It feels like Southern California. Okay, let's try this again. So we have our cutting plate, and I'm using the Gemini Junior. You use what you have. If you have the Big Shot or the Cricut or whatever, it's all working out fine. And I'm going to put a tiny little piece of Post-it tape on there just because I do want to get 2 for 1 here. Not only do I want the snowflakes, but I really at this point want the background. Hello, Holland. Okay, now I'm going to put this fancy metal shim on here. Actually, I'm going to put the fancy metal shim underneath. And then my magnetic plate, my little milky plate, and my top cutting plate. And we're going to run this through again and try not to cut myself. This little machine, it's always like, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. I'm not going to take my chance. I'm going to do it one more time, guys, but I'm going to flip it upside down so that it's going through in the other direction. So we're going to try this one more time, but I'm going to put my sandwich in upside down. I just have the Gemini Junior. It's the perfect size for me and what I do. I love it. I did think about the little mini one, but I really don't do anything too small or too big for the other ones. I can already tell that it has cut through much easier. I'm going to get my new little tool here, pickup tool. Yeah, you can use the junior plates in the big one. So now I have these tiny little snowflakes and they're already adhesive backed. So we made our own little stickers here. Another one right here. And I will use the little brush on those. So let's see here. I'm going to get a card front ready because I have a feeling this is going to get pretty messy. I want to grab a piece of glitter stock. Hold on, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Actually, you know what? I have foil here. We'll use the foil. Use any foil paper you have. I have foil from everybody. I have it from Crafter's Companion, from Stampin' Up, from Die Cuts with a View. I am going to grab a piece of foil because, of course, there's no silver or blue in that stack. There's a piece of blue. We'll try that. What I would like to do is, this should cover the card front. Yes. Just going to have my paper all cut and ready to go. So we have a pre-made card already made out of heavyweight cardstock. I'm going to cut this blue piece of foiled paper, or you could use glitter stock, whatever you have, to 5.5 by 4 1/4, which is going to be the full card front panel. Then I'm going to cut this little guy down to 5 1/4 by 4, which I believe is what size he already is. Nope. We're going to cut him down. Actually, leave a small border. All right, so now when I pull all of this off here, this guy is going to be ready to go. So we're going to take our little tool and I'm going to pull these guys out. And if they come with the adhesive, great. And if they don't, I'm not going to worry about it. Definitely coming out a lot easier this time. And I'm just going to stick them on the side over here on my non-stick craft mat. So that way I can pull them up and use them again. So delicate. So I'm going to stick that over here on my non-stick mat. We'll get back to those guys in just a second. This little tool makes it easy to pop these guys out. Maybe if I had done that the first time, it wouldn't have been so difficult. Oh yeah, they definitely cut out a lot easier this time. Hello, Sherry. Thanks for coming in. I am just playing with some more of the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog stuff. I just ran the Blizzard die through. The first time I ran it through, it didn't, I didn't have adhesive on the back, and I felt like I was kind of tugging at it too much to get it out. So I will pull on that one later. So I cut another one, and for this one, I used a metal shim and I put adhesive backing on it. So we have these little snowflake die cut pre-adhesive snowflakes that I'm sticking on my non-stick mat. So we'll use those in just a second. We're going to get two cards out of this little die here. And I'm using my little quick pick tool to get all these little intricate pieces out. They are coming out a lot easier this time. Almost done here. And I posted the video yesterday, but I couldn't link any of the items yet, guys, because they're not live until September 5th. So it'll be a couple days before I can list the links for anything. Couple little ones, and then we're done. Now, I didn't think to grab my white glitter stock, but this would look beautiful with that in the background. You could also cut this out of a piece of acetate and make a beautiful snowflake stencil. I plan on doing that as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this on here. Oh, it's already, I know it's going to look great. I do have the little brush roller, Melanie, but it doesn't cut all the way through the adhesive. The adhesive is still slightly attached on the back. So that wouldn't work. It'll work on the other one. All right, so just a little glue on our little foil piece. And now this has adhesive all over the back. So all I have to do is pull the adhesive off. Let me move my little snowflakes out of the way here. The glitter ones are going to be amazing when we do that. So you can see here, there's still this, the backing stays pretty intact. Oh, this little tool is pretty handy. And now it is super sticky. Okay, I think I got all the adhesive off. All right, now let's stick it down. It's on my finger. Hello, Wilda. I am just playing around here and try to do this with a little bit of a border. See if I can get it centered. All right, I'm going for it. I've committed. Look at that. So simple, right? And imagine if we had glitter backing it or cut it out of glitter. That's just using one piece of foil and one piece of cardstock. And then I can take one of the sentiment dies that we had cut out yesterday and put that across there, and then it's done. Oh, speaking of yesterday's cards, I did finish those off. I wanted to show those to you guys real quick. I know they looked a little plain yesterday. So this one, I let it dry. I just put some adhesive back bling on there. Still pretty simple, but it is very pretty because you can see through that vellum and see everything on there. This one, same thing, just put a little bling on there, and I think that really makes it stand out so it's not as plain. And then this one, I just had to glue down the ribbon and I put those pearls on there yesterday. So those are all ready to go. Simple, but still handmade. This one, I think I'll do the same thing. I think I'll just cut out the words and put, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to add some more stuff here. We're going to add in the Alpine Sports Thinlits die. I think we need this sled on here. It is super glued to the backing. Come on, Stampin' Up. What if we put this on here? Should we cut it out of wood or should we cut it out of silver cardstock? We have the Stampin' Up wood paper, right? Hold on. Where's my paper? Okay. We have Stampin' Up wood paper. Let's see here. I think I'm going to go with this one. It looks a little more distressed with the lighter colors. I love this paper. I just bought another pack of this wood grain paper because you can use it on everything. Nature cards, masculine cards, feminine cards, country cards, everything. It's got all different kinds. So I just bought another pack of it, and it's double-sided. So I use it on everything. So let's cut a little piece of this out. I want to go over here on this like striped piece because then it looks like striped wood, I feel like. So I'm just going to cut a little piece of this off. I'm going to put a little stick behind that. So he's ready to go. Let's run that through Mr. Gemini Jr. The wood paper is current in the catalog. You don't have to wait to order that. All right, let's see what this looks like. Pull that Post-it tape off of there. And you can see the way these are falling out, this cut all the way through, no problem. Okay. Oh, I think it's a little too light, so I'm going to darken it up. Let me just grab a sponge dauber. Grab a little bit of crumb cake here. There we go. Just going to go around the edges and darken it up a little bit. Now it really looks like an old sled. And then we can just put like our Merry sentiment, or we can put it and tie a little red ribbon at the top. And pull the adhesive off the back here. I think I'm just going to angle it here. And then later on, I'll cut out a sentiment and stick it on there. I like that. Okay. Now we have our snowflakes. So we can do the same thing. Let's see here. Oh, I want to show you guys. We'll get back to the snowflakes. I wanted to show you guys this folder. This is the seasonal wreath folder. It's a 3D textured folder. Let's see what this looks like. I have some gold cardstock here. I want to run this through and see what it looks like in gold. And this is like a matte gold. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to cut this gold cardstock down to 5.5 by 4.25. This is not Stampin' Up's foiled cardstock. This is what was in my stash. I believe this is Crafter's Companion. And we are going to put this in so that the raised part goes up. Putting it in here this way. And we're just going to line it up with that little line at the bottom there. I'm like giddy with how this is going to look. All right, so that looks pretty centered. Now, for these extra thick ones, I think all I do is a base cutting plate and then a thinner plate. I think 2 cutting plates is too thick, so just going to do this and see if that will work. So I'm using my thick cutting plate and then the thinner shim. Yeah, that was probably just about right. Gemini was like, yeah, I don't like that. Look at how gorgeous that is, you guys. All right, that's an easy one. That's so simple. Where's my card bases at? This desk is a mess already. I think I want to do it this way. This is so simple. We can just glue this down and tie, if you wanted to, like a little bow. Where's my bows? Let's do the bow. I'm going to do that same ribbon we had out yesterday. I feel like I went too fast with that one, but that's okay. All right, let's glue this down. I'm going to use my glue on this because I want it to dry pretty quickly because the cardstock is starting to curl on this. So I'm going to be very generous with my glue on this one. Or is it May May? I keep calling it May May. Because I want this to dry quick. All right, I'm just going to put my large block on that a second, just so it tacks down. And we'll try to straighten out our little bow here a second. It's got a wonky tail going on here. It doesn't know which direction it wants to go in. I think it's in the annual catalog. Hold on, I will grab that for you. It is called the Seasonal Wreath. I hope that wasn't a limited edition because it's very clearly a autumn/holiday wreath. So I don't know why they would just put it out for a short period of time. And it's the 3D texture. Foil makes everything beautiful. When in doubt, just throw some foil in there. And I'll put some more glue dots on there to hold that in place. And then you can just leave it like that. Of course, my glue is all curled up, but it'll flatten out when it dries. You can leave it like that or cut one of the sentiments and put that underneath, like the Merry or the Holidays or those. Let me just put this on here. There's another quick one done there. Just by running some foil through an embossing folder. How simple. We are definitely making better progress today than we did yesterday. That's for sure. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, you found it? Great. Is it in the annual catalog or is it in the holiday catalog? So that's called Seasonal Wreath. And then yesterday's one that I used yesterday, this is in the holiday catalog. This is called Swirls and Curls. And that was used to make this background. Okay, so it is in the annual. So that is available. This is available now in the annual catalog. The other items aren't available yet. But that, I think, was pretty simple just to run that through. We're doing a lot better today, I think, than yesterday. All right, let's see here. What else can we play with? I got this stamp set. I usually put everything away as I'm stamping, guys, because otherwise, you guys know, it just becomes this disaster zone. So I'm trying to make sure I don't keep you guys on here for an hour like I did yesterday. So I'm slowly trying to get things off of my desk. This is the Alpine Sports set. I'll play more with that in just a second. I think I have an idea, so I'm just going to slide that away. Let me grab a piece of Whisper White here. Let's cut this down. Let's do 5 1/4 by 4. So we'll make 2 stamped panels. Just trying to get basic ideas down, and then like I said, I can go back in later and do the finer embellishments later. So I want to play with this stamp set here. This is the Winter Woods. Now I didn't, I don't have the matching dies out for this. I just have the stamps out. I didn't really feel like doing the dies. And then I take the backing off of mine. Thank you, Lizzie. But from what I understand, Christopher Allen said he got like a note or a letter or something from from YouTube saying we couldn't be on live for more than an hour, or we get a strike against us or something. So I don't know what that means. I didn't get it yet, but yesterday was the first time I went over an hour. So I'm trying to be mindful of the clock. Plus, I know when people go back and watch this later because it's saved, they don't want to be on here for an hour. Okay, and get out my pretty large Stampin' blocks here. Let me see here. I shouldn't be risking it. I should be getting my Misty out, or in you guys' case, if you have a Stamparatus or something, a Tim Holtz tool, but we're gonna risk it. All right, now I saw my upline Dina Rico using this today, and she cut out this area here. I guess it was getting inky for her, so I'm going to kind of do the same thing. All you have to do is, if you feel like you have a stamp where that padded area is going to get in your way, you just go through with scissors and cut that out, and you don't have to worry about that excess ink getting on your stamped panel. What's crazy? Cutting the stamp? Or the YouTube thing? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the letter yet, but he said that he got told he can't be on for more than an hour. All right. So we're just cleaning it up. Same thing with your edges. If you have stamps where there's just a little extra hanging out there and you're afraid you're going to get it all inky, just cut it off. It doesn't hurt anything. It's not going to fit back in the packaging exact anymore, but that's all right. We want pretty stamped images. All right, so since I already have crumb cake out here somewhere on the desk, we're just going to use that. So I stick my finger in it. Nice bare winter trees. Yeah, I didn't know that either about the YouTube. And I'm going to do 2 rows of this. In fact, I'm going to move them up about halfway on the page here. And going to stamp the second row. Same place. Now, if you wanted to, you could even stamp it again, but stamp it off this time. So I'm going to stamp it off on my mat and then go back in and kind of do a higher so it looks like they're in the background. Again, stamp it off. So it kind of looks like there's like this little row of trees back there. This is an all-year stamp set. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using this just as much as Lovely as a Tree. They are like sister stamp sets. They belong together. Okay, now for this one, before we mount it on the card, I want to cut this little side sled out. Don't you think that would look cute to put a little side sled on there? And I'm going to cut it out of some silver metallic cardstock. Ooh. That's almost too holographic. Let's see here. Apparently, I didn't grab the pack with any silver left in it. I have some shiny silver here. Let's try that. Again, you got to put a little double adhesive behind it. Run this guy through here. If you really wanted to be fancy, you could run this through with silver and with wood and layer it up. So then we have the wood part the correct way. I might just do that. We have this extra piece of wood here. We might just do that. Let's cut up these die cuts and paper pierce them together. Oh, did I move my die? I think I'm okay. Okay. All right, so he's sticky, but I'm going to run this through again on the wood cardstock here. So cutting it out of the wood paper and the silver paper, and put adhesive on the back of both of those. Hi, Bonnie. Nice to see you. See you, Sherry. Have a wonderful day. Okay, so we have two of these guys cut out. Now I'm just going to paper pierce them together. So I got my silver guy here, and he is all sticky. I just have to poke out these middle pieces here. Okay, so now we have the silver, and I just want this piece at the top. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my scissors first. Let me grab my brown ink again and ink him up. Actually, no, let me cut him first. I'm going to cut the wood part of the sled off of here. It's already adhesived. I'm going to take a little bit of this crumb cake ink and again, just darken it up a little bit because this wood was a lighter color wood. Now it looks like a real sled. And because it's already adhesive, even though we cut it out of cardstock, it's going to stick over and it's really going to give it dimension now. Oh, that's cool. All right, so I'm going to pull this off. Stab that. Leah, can you turn your computer down, please? That's Leah's videos in the background there. Look at that. It's like a little sled. And I think I will just tie some, what do you call that? Baker's thread on there. And for this one, I'm just going to, same thing, cut out a really quick sentiment, and this one is done. So I think I'll find some red and white baker's twine and tie that on there so it looks like a little rope. And then just cut out some of the sentiments in either red or silver cardstock and throw that on there. Where are my die cuts? Let's do a couple of these. We'll throw these on these cards that we made. So we'll do one on this one on this one, and one on this one. So we'll do the die cuts quick, and then we'll have 3 cards that we made fairly quickly. And I will say these look a lot better than the ones I made yesterday. Okay, so let's do one at a time here. All right, so I think since I already have this one cut out and I want the silver to match the sled, I'm just going to continue with that silver cardstock and cut out Merry and then stamp, or sorry, Happy, and then stamp like holidays underneath in red. So the red will stand out. There's my double stick tape. Right in front of me, of course. All right, so let's cut out Happy out of here. Yeah, we could put presents on there. Yes. I agree with you, Wilda. Making some presents and putting them on there and then putting a little ribbon on the top. That would really make it beautiful. All right, that came out very easily. All right, so I'm going to put Happy here. Just kind of sticking it down. Oh, I could even use some of those snowflakes we cut out. And then I'm just going to grab the matching stamp set. Happy holiday. The red will make it pop, but it's short, it's subtle. And then when we tie the red on there, it'll tie the red together. I think that one looks pretty good. Pretty simple, pretty cute. And I probably will cut out a little present and put a present on there. That's a great idea. Wilda. Yes, I'm going to take that idea. So we'll do that. We'll finish that one up. Okay, let's do another one here. Let's cut out. I think I'm going to cut out the silver again just because the silver is out and ready to go. We're going to use the same framelits here. There is a little present die in here too. Right here. A little present right there. Okay, so we have enough stickiness on there. little more stickiness. Cut off the excess. We don't want that getting gummed up in our machine. I think I'm just going to put holidays on there. Okay, let's run that one through. Bonnie, these are the new Stampin' Up items. This is called the Merry Christmas Thinlits dies, and it says Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays in this nice scripty font. The background is the Blizzard die, and the sled is from the, what is it called? Alpine Sports. So they're all Stampin' Up. They're all in the new Stampin' Up holiday catalog, which if I sent you one, you should have it very soon. Bonnie, I know I sent you one. I sent those out last week, so you guys should, if you got them from me, you should be getting them any day now. All right, let me just pull the adhesive off of here. Ooh, we're going to have to, clock is ticking away. I'm speeding this up, guys, so we can get out of here. Look at that. All right, and I also have some silver twine from Stampin' Up! From last year's release. I'm going to tie that to the top of this sled and make a little ribbon with that. And that silver will go really well together. We need the top of our eye here. Stick that down. Just use my quick pick tool. So easy. Burnish this down a little bit so I know it won't come out. All right, and there's card number 2 done. All right, let's see if I can get by with one more really quick. For this last one, I have some red Stampin' Up! Foiled paper. This is old. They do not have this year, but I do have some leftovers, and I'm just going to do Mary on that one. I'm going to make it quick. I'm determined to get this done in less than 7 minutes, guys. It's like somebody play the Mission Impossible theme song right now. Dun, 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 dun. My kids are rolling their eyes at me. Now, I'm going to cut this out of the center because I'm going to reuse this negative die cut later on for another card. So I'm going to cut this right out of the center here so I am not wasting this foil. Yeah, it just popped right off. How cool is that? I'm going to try to leave these negative pieces in there so that when I reuse this piece, everything is in there. So now I can use this piece later. Okay, all the adhesive's off the back. All right, now I need to move this up a little bit. Because it's stuck down on foil, it comes right up. It's very easy to do. Ta-da! Did I make it? Oh, we got 4 minutes to spare, guys. All right, so today's cards are a little different than yesterday's cards, but I think today's cards were actually easier to do and a little more elegant than yesterday's cards. So I'm going to show you guys both cards real quick and the things that I used again, just in case you missed the beginning here. So for this card, this was the first one we did, and all I used here was the Blizzard's die cut, and I just cut that out of blue paper, had some adhesive on the back, and then layered it over some blue foil. And then I used the Alpine die cut, which is the sled. So that's this little guy here. And I cut him out of wood cardstock, out of the Wood Textures paper pack from Stampin' Up. And then I cut holidays out of the Merry Christmas Thinlits dies in silver foil and put that on there. Now I will finish this up. I will put some bling on here, and I'm going to take some silver thread and tie that on the sled there, and that will finish that one up. This one, probably my favorite one, is very easily the Seasonal Wreath 3D Dynamic Texture Folder on some gold foil. This is foiled cardstock, Bonnie. It's not regular foil like I use with Creative Vision stamps. It's foiled cardstock. And then just tied on a red ribbon and cut out the Mary out of red foil. And that one's done. And same thing, I'll probably just put some sequins on there, and that one will be finished. And then the last one was stamped out with the new Woods stamp set. So this is the Winterwood stamp set using those trees. Stamp that on a panel, and again cut out the happy with the Thinlits. Stamp the holiday with the Merry Christmas to All stamp set, and use the side view of the sled from the Alpine set with wood paper and with foil. And on this one, I will take some red baker's twine and tie that on there. So those are the 3 cards for today, plus the 3 cards we made yesterday. There we go, guys. And there are 6 cards that we made pretty quickly, I think, with the new Stampin' Up! Release. Again, I will link my Stampin' Up! Page for you guys down at the bottom. All of these items will go on sale September 5th. I would love to earn your business. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, you can scroll all the way up and give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And it will also spread the news to other people looking up Stampin' Up! Items or Stampin' Up! Videos to try to get ideas. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye.